Tom. This is the National Federation of the Blind of Idaho Convention, and we always have somebody representing our national president at the state conventions, and this year it's Tom Page from Kansas. We're really glad to have him here. And so Tom, when did you join the Federation?
Thank you, Ramona. Thanks for having me. I think I joined officially around 2000 or 2001. I forget exactly what year I first paid dues. I had, through a sequence of events, I am somebody with retinitis pigmentosa, and at that point in my life, I was in my, I was almost 30 years old, and I had figured out that I needed to learn to live as a blind person, and that the things I'd been doing to pass as a low vision person were no longer functional. So through a sequence of events, I met a woman named Donna Wood, and Donna Wood was assigned to me as a rehabilitation teacher in Kansas. She was great. She taught me the basic skill set, and she was also great enough to encourage me to really take that basic thing and practice it myself.
Was she president of the National Federation of Blind of Kansas at the time?
She wasn't yet. Susie Stansel was president at that time. But Donna worked on it. You know, she did. She'd say, you know, we have this group, and you should come around and you should meet other people. And well, that sounds great. Movement politics. I've been involved with that with my parents as a child and various movement politics stuff. And I was a little cynical about the power of movements. And so Donna, though a smart person, I was a practicing musician at the time and was transitioning out of my former career into full-time music. So she says, you know, we've got a Christmas event coming up, and we have a small budget. Would you come to this local meeting? And so sure enough, then suddenly I had quite a motivation to come to a local meeting. This went on for a year or so, and then I grew to like the people. I grew to understand what some of the reason we were coming together for was about, and you know, had a little bit of understanding about what the movement was about. And so I became active in our Kansas, it's called the South Central chapter. And over
I met
time,
you in Oklahoma, I believe.
I think you're right.
You were visiting that other state convention, is that right?
Yep, it sure was. I'm trying to think. Les Fitzpatrick, I think, was the president of Oklahoma affiliate at the time, and he had come to a Kansas state convention and invited us to Oklahoma. And in fact, it's interesting you mentioned that. Donna had gotten me also to come to a couple state conventions, basically the same ploy, which at that point I was already a member and I wanted to go anyway. But she said, you know, if you would come up here, if you can squeeze it in, we'll have a little honorarium for you and your friend to perform after the banquet. So my friend Dustin,
all right, I'm glad you did.
Performing with
you
me
have a good day.
21 years,
Yeah.
began doing that. At that Oklahoma convention when we met, Donna was considering running for president in Kansas. And your interaction with both of us helped to galvanize her and give her the energy she needed to go ahead and take that lead. So go figure. It was within a year or two then that Donna was elected to be president of our Kansas affiliate.
And she was working full-time. She also had foster children, is that correct?
It sure is.
Did that impress you?
Yes, I guess I thought of that as a part of the course. I did not understand fully at that time the barriers, you know, that were in place against blind people as parents. And so Donna took everything she did in sort of in stride and as it was supposed to be, competent kind of way. So I never second guessed her foster parenting and her later adoption. You know, her kids have grown up now and everybody's happy.
So when did you become president in Kansas?
I believe it was in 2013, if I'm counting correctly. And in fact, it was a little in a hurry. Donna was experiencing some medical problems, and we had made kind of a background deal with each other that we thought 10 years was a good amount of time to be a president, and that you should start changing things around that 10-year mark. Well, so she made 7, and she appointed me midterm because of her health problems. Now, the good news is she has, been able to withstand those things, and she's doing really well, and she is currently serving as our second vice president.
But you're still president.
I am still president. I'm over 10 years, which have to deal with that.
And then you were-
we are working up young people to come on and take these roles on right now.
You have to. And you are also on the national board, right?
Yes, yes. I'm in my second term as a national board member. I was prompted by a great friend, Everly Hairston, to make the run. And then, at the invitation of Mark Riccobono, I went ahead and ran
You mean for president or national board?
for national board.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. So what are you proud of that you've accomplished as president?
Well, just tying this right in, I think one of our greatest accomplishments of the last 10 years or so has been the passage of a Parents' Bill of Rights in Kansas. And so, or for blind parents specifically. When we started looking into things, we realized there was already a clause in the law on divorce regarding disability, but there was no protection for blind parents. And leading up to this effort, we had kind of an ad hoc committee of blind mothers. And when there was somebody in our affiliate who was getting ready to give birth, this ad hoc committee would reach out to them, and depending on where they were at in the state and what their comfort level was, often one of our members would be in attendance throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
And that was driven by fear. Donna, I found out later, did have her foster rights threatened at different times. We had a young lady in Kansas who had a VR counselor threatened to take her baby away if she didn't do what the VR counselor said. We had a series of these events, and the fear factor was real.
I went to Kansas, to Wichita, in fact, before your time, to testify for a lady named Maxine, who was trying to do foster care.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if we succeeded or not. I just remember going down to Wichita to do it.
I believe you did succeed, and she did get her foster care, whatever approval. Also, I think later she had a daycare and had to do a fight on that. And I want to say Maxine Board,
That's
right?
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
and so her story, in fact, played into this whole sequence of events of what I say one of my proudest moments to get this legislation passed, and happy to say it did pass the Kansas House unanimously in 2021.
And so sometimes it takes sharing problems and solutions and experiences from state to state to get things done. And I think that's a good example.
Absolutely. The model language we did not invent. That came through the national organization. And, this is in fact, one of the answers to why the National Federation of the Blind. Why do we need to have this organization? Why should we be a part of it? Well, not only do we need to have a unified voice at the national level, we need the expertise of everyone else around the nation to help us at the local level.
Yes. So what would you like to share that I didn't ask, because we're going to run out of time?
Good question. Well, I should say that the first time I was able to attend a national convention, I was a scholarship winner in 2004. And that was a great experience, and I will say that I think more than any other experience, going to the national convention galvanized me to come back home and do the work.
And how many conventions, national conventions, have you missed since?
I have missed one. I broke my elbow and missed that one, and I think that's the only one. Oh, we had the COVID one, which seemed a little strange, but I was there
virtually. But you were there online.
Yes.
I mean, that's how we are. We get addicted to it because we get so much done. It's exciting.
Yes, and
we really appreciate your coming here.
Oh, thank you, and I hope to do a great job representing President Riccobono, and he wishes he could be here, of course, but a great experience, and I have to say the Idaho affiliate, you guys are thriving. If we look at your federation population in comparison to the population of the state, you guys are ahead of a lot of United States.
Well, we tried. Thank you so much, Tom.
Try and succeed.
Thank you.